concerned about what's happening to our country? One by one, we're being stripped of our God-given liberties.
Okay, you're only 7 seconds into your video and we have the first lie. Just what rights are you claiming to lose? Your right to worship, or is it the right to force your morals onto the rest of us in this country? Sorry, Charlie, but that lie is not going to fly.
Our kids can no longer pray in public. They can no longer freely open a Bible in school. The Ten Commandments are no longer allowed to be displayed in public places, and the Gideons are not even allowed to give away Bibles in schools.
Wow, we're 16 seconds in, and you've managed to twist, bend, and mangle the truth, and to tell outright lies for 4 of the far right's favorite talking points. Let me straighten you out a bit and get rid of your ignorance on these issues. You have flat out lied when you said students couldn't pray in public or open a Bible at school. Students can and do pray in public schools every day across the country, as well as reading their Bibles. And as long as they don't disturb their class, they can pray all they want. Reading the Bible is allowed any time there is free time, like in study halls or after school. And as it must gall you, we have a separation of church and state in this country. And that means you can display your Big Ten as long as it's not government-owned property. Finally, while it is true that the Gideons can't give out their Bibles in school grounds, what you ignore is that they can give them off of school grounds after school is dismissed. So your honesty is standard for religionists such like you, and expected, but it's still pretty damn disappointing.
Did you know that a recent study revealed that in the top 50 universities in our country, in the fields of psychology and biology, 61% of the professors describe themselves as atheists or agnostics? That's 61%. No wonder atheism has doubled in the last 20 years among 19 to 25-year-olds.
Well, duh. But instead of complaining, maybe you should think as to why this is. Maybe just because the more a person learns, the less sense religion makes. And while we're at it, ponder this one. Studies show that the more learned a person is, the less likely they are to believe in religion.
There's only one way to change the heart of a nation, and that is to change the sinful heart of the individual. And that's through the power of the gospel. Only God can take the sinful heart of a man or a woman and cause them to love that which is right and just and good.
Just right and good? Just right and good? From watching all the conservative Christians in the government and on the TV and all their scandals, as well as the Christians in the teabagger rallies, I do believe atheists have more of a lock on what's right, just, and good than you guys ever will.
Now listen to this. On November 21st, 2009, the world will celebrate the 150th year since the publication of Charles Darwin's book, Origin of Species. Now, when my friend Ray Comfort heard about this...
Ray Comfort? You mean this Ray Comfort? The one whose ass was owned by Thunderfoot? Oh, that Ray Comfort. Gotcha.
He actually wrote a 50-page introduction for the book, which gives the history of evolution, a timeline of Darwin's life, Adolf Hitler's undeniable connection with the theory, Darwin's racism, his disdain for women, and Darwin's thoughts on the existence of God, and put them in the book.
You guys really need some new material. Every point, lie, and misconception that your Aussie friend brings up has been thoroughly debunked. I would recommend Thunderfoot's series, Why Do People Laugh at Creationists? Or any of the fine work by CDK 007, Aaron Raw, Chris, and many others.
It also lists the theory's many hoaxes. It exposes the unscientific belief that nothing created everything. It points to the incredible structure of DNA and the absence of any species-to-species transitional forms actually found in the fossil record. It then presents a balanced view of creationism with information from scientists who actually believe that God created the universe, such as Albert Einstein, Isaac Newton, Copernicus, Bacon, Faraday, Louis Pasteur, and Johann Kepler.
A balanced view? There is just not any balanced view from your side, especially not in a scientific sense. Even your founder of the creation movement admits that you have no hypothesis, much less a theory. It's worth noting that with the exception of Einstein, every scientist that you mentioned from that time were when the church controlled everything. If you disagreed with the church, you were killed, but that was only if you were lucky. Otherwise, you were tortured, then killed. What a way to do science.
And most importantly, this introduction presents a very clear gospel message.
Here we get to your real message. And the real reason for this whole escapade and why it can never ever be allowed in science class. It all boils down to conversion. You want your Bible taught as the truth. What you really want is that your Bible and mythological ravings taught as truth. Well, guess what? That's already been tried and failed. The courts have said that creationism is nothing but a ploy to get Christianity in the schools. And the rest of your video just deals with your plans to distribute this tripe attached to a serious scientific work. Why you have the right, I don't know, but I do find it despicable. As an author, I would be well past pissed if some Christian tried to diss me with an introduction. Religious nutbags, and I mean all religions, have had your chance over the past 20 centuries to prove your system is the one to live by. Now is the time for you all to get out of the way and let the rest of us make some real progress.